Hello, this is Skylit Lake reading Those Who Inherit the Will of Fire by Kunosiu. One shot. Word count 2,800. Summary. Madara Uchiha, the retired first hokage, is asked to resolve some dispute within the clan. Madara just really wanted to go around his day in peace. If he got his way, he'd already be at Hashirama's grave, same as every day. But no. Instead, he has to resolve some clan dispute. "I am really sorry, Lord Madara," says the current clan head. Fukago, was it? "We wouldn't dare to bother you if it wasn't absolutely necessary." Madara sincerely doubts that. Young people love to bother him with no good reason. "We are in dire need of your wisdom." Madara just shifts in his wheelchair. They are in the main hall of the Naka shrine. He is sighted by the wall opposite of the gate, with Fugaku on his right. The rest of the clan stands against the remaining walls, leaving an empty space in the middle. The sooner he gets this over with, the sooner he can go to the cemetery. He looks up at the current clan head and just grunts in acknowledgement. Fugaku nods. "Bring them in," he orders. The gates slide open and two small figures are brought into the center of the room by four tall muscle men. Madara has to squint, and after a moment he realizes that those small figures are a pair of some whippersnappers. The taller one has the clan's typical black mane. He looks like he'd just been dragged out of the hospital bed. He's propped up on a crutch, and bandages cover most of his body. Determination burns in his single visible eye. There's something familiar in his chakra, something he hasn't felt in a while. It couldn't be, could it? The second boy is definitely not an Uchiha. Silver hair is an instant giveaway. He stands proudly with his head held high, though his face is hidden by a mask, and his eyes are blindfolded with his Konoha headband. The first kid's eye glances nervously over the crowd. When it stops on Fugaku, the lad swallows loudly, until it lands on Madara's face. "Gramps, you still alive?" he declares brightly. This earns him a blow on the back of his head by one of his guards. The boy hisses in pain. "You shall address Lord Madara with appropriate reverence," announces the thug who hit him. The brat rolls his eyes when he hears it. "Look, I used to wipe his ass. I'll call him whatever I like." The other boy groans. Now that the rascal mentions it, Madara actually remembers a certain kid who used to take care of him. He was probably the only one of his attendants who didn't treat him with veneration, always calling him Gramps or Old Man, and babbling nonsense about the course of his day as if Madara even cared about it. If anyone else had tried to talk to him like that, they'd been dead by now. However, the truth is, the boy's honest obtuseness reminded him so much of Hashirama that he let it slide. But one day, the boy stopped coming. Madara sometimes wondered what had happened to him, and now he just might get his answer. "Silence!" exclaims Fugaku, and everyone in the room turns to him. "Lord Madara, this He pointed at the black-haired lad. "Is Obito Uchiha, chunin of our clan. Some time ago, he was sent on a mission under the command of Kakashi Hatake here." He points to the smaller boy. "Hatake," Madara ponders. He should have guessed. The kid's chakra bears a sign of resemblance to the White Fangs. While the mission goal was accomplished, Obito was crushed by a boulder. Fugaku continues. Thinking that was his end, he gave one of his newly awakened Sharingan to his commander, who had just lost an eye himself. Madara can see where this was going. "It was a present for his journeyman promotion," Obito interrupts. "That is not important." The clan head cuts him off. "It's very important." The boy looks like he wants to argue further, but when the other pleads, "Obito, please," he calms down. Fugaku glares at the brat angrily for a moment before continuing. "The procedure was performed on the battlefield by their team's medic, while Obito was presumed dead, and the clan debated what to do with Kakashi's new Sharingan. Hatake, along with the aforementioned medic and their teacher, Minato Namikaze, set out for a rogue mission to search and retrieve the young Uchiha's body." Fugaku hesitates. "However, they found him alive." Now that got his attention. "How?" he asks. "We are not sure," replies Fugaku. So Madara addresses the boy himself. "How did you manage to survive?" The kid adjusted the crutch nervously. "I honestly don't know, Gramps," he shrugs. "One moment I'm half pancake under the rock, and the next my team is there to save me. We found him on top of the rocks, not under them," young Hatake adds. "We don't know how he got there, especially when most of his right body was a bloody pulp." He pauses and whispers, "We frankly weren't sure if he'll make it." Hearing that, Obito turns to his friend, struggles to lift his right hand and wrap it around the other boy's wrist, as if he was trying to reassure him of something. "Interesting. How, by the sage, are you able to even stand after such injuries?" Madara questions that lad further, his hand still around Kakashi's wrist. He just shrugs again with a dumb face. Madara hears Fugaku shifting next to him. He leans forward to him and explains quietly, "Lady Tsunade used Lord Hashirama's cells to rebuild the right side of his body." Madara can't help but grimace. Of course, he told Hashirama time and time again not to give away his genetic material so willy-nilly, and especially not to women. But that explains the brat's chakra. With Hashirama cells, the kid might one day may achieve the Rinnegan, if he smartens up a bit, which Madara sincerely doubts. "The point is," Fugaku resumes his speech, "with Obito alive and back in the village, the matter of his Sharingan returns. Most of the clan wants him take it back." He pauses and scowls at the boy. He himself insists on letting the young Hatake keep it. Madara sighs. He has first-hand experience on the consequences of a fool's determination, and that is what he sees on Obito's face now. "Why do you want him to have your Sharingan?" he asks the brat. "It's a present," Obito repeats like it explains everything. When Madara doesn't react, he adds, "You shouldn't take gifts back." You thought you were dying. I doubt you were thinking clearly at the time. Or any other time, honestly. His hand tightens again on the other boy's wrist. It doesn't matter. A gift is a gift. Kakashi lost his own eye protecting me. This was my fault, and an overwhelming feeling of desire to protect him is what awakened my Sharingan. He looked down as if he was ashamed of something. Kakashi is strong and smart. Really smart. Genius even. He deserves this Sharingan more than I do. Obito lets go of the other boy's wrist, but before he can pull his hand away, Kakashi blindly grabs his palm in his own and squeezes it. Ugh, disgusting. Remove his blindfold. Madara orders, looking at the young Hokage. One of the muscle men raises his headband to his forehead. The boy immediately adjusts it so it covers his left eye. He opens the other, trying to get used to the room's dim light. Why did you do that? I can't deactivate the Sharingan. If I keep it open, it'll drain me of my chakra, he explains calmly. Show it to me. Kakashi glances nervously at the other boy. He responds with a slight nod. Then he raises the headband again and opens his left eye. A single Sharingan meets Madara's Rinnegan. Tsutomu. Interesting. Has it changed since you received it? The boy shakes his head. Then the idiot must have awakened the Sharingan with Tsutomu right away. His feelings towards the Hokage kid are indeed strong. You can cover it. You can cover it. He instructs. While the boy does as he's told, Madara adjusts himself in the wheelchair. So, what do you have to say on this matter? I'll abide by the Uchiha clan decision. He answers politely. Madara raises a single eyebrow. You don't want to keep the Sharingan? Many shinobi would kill to get their hands on it. Yet you are willing to return it if asked. The boy nods. Why? I don't want to cause any problems to Obito. I've told you, it's not a problem, Kakashi. The other boy huffs. Interesting. The Sharingan could help you improve your skills as a shinobi, especially now that you have one more blind side. Kakashi shrugs. I know this, Lord Madara, but I maintain that it is more important for me not to cause trouble to Obito and the rest of the clan. Before, Hatake had been adamant on keeping the Sharingan. Fugaku apprehended. However, since Obito's return, he has been willing to return to him. It is due to Obito's refusal that we had to escalate the matter to you, Lord Madara. Just as he thought, a fool's determination. What did the Hokage and Shadow Hokage say about this? He asked Fugaku. Lord Hiruzen said it's a clan internal matter, so he won't interfere. And Lord Kagami, while wishing to remain neutral as the Shadow Hokage, as an Uchiha, he is of the opinion that the Sharingan should remain within the clan. And you, clan head? Fugaku sighs heavily. While I agree with Lord Kagami's sentiment, I am willing to let the young Hatake keep the Sharingan if you agree, Lord Madara. He is a good shinobi, loyal to Konoha and his teammates. He exhales, and when he speaks again, he sounds exhausted. We have just signed a peace with Iwa. I do not want to stir up new disputes within the village, and he pauses just to stare daggers at Obito, who glares back. I do not have the strength to argue anymore. Madara glances at two boys, who still hold hands in the middle of the room. He thinks what verdict Hashirama would like him to make. The conclusion he reaches twists his face in disgust, but he knows Hashirama would approve of it. What is your decision, Lord Madara? We will obey by it, Fugaku declares. Obito swallows loudly, his hand tightening around Kakashi's. Ah well, at least it's not some pathetic woman. Let the hokage here keep the Sharingan, and make them marry when they are of age. Then both the brat and the clan will have it their way, he proclaims. The moment he finishes speaking, an echo murmurs around the hall. The two boys stand transfixed. Madara sees the blush bloom on their cheeks and ears. Finally, Obito shrieks. What the fuck are you talking about, Grandpa? I can't marry Kakashi. Someone screams. How dare you speak to Lord Madara? But he himself chooses to ignore it. Why not? We... Clan head, do you approve of this union? He asks. Fugaku tries very hard to stifle his laughter, but the expression on his face betrays how much he is enjoying this situation. Your word is law, Lord Madara. When the time comes, I will happily welcome young Kakashi to our clan. Oh, now you too, Uncle Fugaku? Even though you seem very opposed to the idea, you still squeeze your betrothed's hand rather ravenously. The clan head mocks the embarrassed boy. He's not... Obito pauses to let Kakashi's hand go. He is not my betrothed. Do you want him to keep the Sharingan? Yes, but... Then he is your betrothed. You've heard Lord Madara. His word is final. But... Silence. Madara speaks and everything falls silent. We'll discuss the details once you're a little older. For now, I consider this matter closed. Yes, Lord Madara. The clan agrees in unison. Obito looks like he's about to cry. Kakashi stands still with his head down. Madara clicks his tongue in disapproval. Pathetic. Everyone dismissed. Children. He turns to the boys when the rest of the clan starts to leave. They both look at him with uncertain expressions on their face. I have a mission for you. I can't believe you asked us to marry, Obito declares, outraged. They walk down the grave road, Kakashi pushing Madara's wheelchair while Obito hobbles alongside on a crutch. He honestly can't listen to this anymore. The brat keeps complaining about a wedding that hasn't even happened yet, the thought of which makes him blush and glance nervously at his betrothed. Hashirama, why are you punishing me from the beyond? Why you are asking me to relive our awkward moments? Don't worry, Kakashi. I'll find a way to undo it somehow, so you can keep the Sharingan, Obito assures him. The other boy is silent. Madara knows that he feels rejected, but refuses to voice it, and the idiot is blissfully unaware of it. If he hadn't met him before, he would have thought it was a side effect of the Hashirama cells. But alas, this one was never the brightest. They will have to figure it out on their own. But thanks anyway, Gramps. You've bought us some time. He chuckles. Who would have thought that you were such a big shot? Kakashi halts mid-stride with his wheelchair. He looks at Obito in disbelief. You're joking, right? What? The boy also stops. You know this is the first Hokage. Madara braces himself. He knows it's coming. The brat stares at them in silence with a blank face. When the meaning of these words dawns on him, he yells, "What?" in shock. You can't be serious. How was I supposed to know? How do you not know about this? Madara Uchiha, the first Hokage of Konohagakure. I would understand if an idiot like you had skipped the history of the village, but why not learn the legend of your own clan? I had no idea the first Hokage was still alive. How many Uchihas are running around with a name like Madara? I didn't know his name. I've been calling him Gramps, okay? I take it all back. They are much worse than when we were young Hashirama. Please, take me to the Pure Lands. Obito glances at him. Then, somewhere above, Madara assumes he is comparing him to a sculpture on the Hokage rock. He looks better in the stone, he finally declares feebly. Madara sighs. He told Hashirama he overdid it with the beautification. That's how I see you, he told him. Ugh. Yeah, 'cause he's like 70 years younger when they carved it, Hashirama argues. Take me to Hashirama's grave, he orders before their quarrel escalates again. The boys comply in silence. When Kakashi pushes his wheelchair to the front of the tomb, he asks them to leave him alone. Are you sure, Lord Madara? Young Hatake questions. Yes, I need some alone time with him. He always does that, Obito remarks. I used to bring him here too, before. Then he usually asked me to go for a walk while he talked to this grave, he explains. We should just leave him for a bit. In the meantime, let's go on to your dad's grave. You have to show him your cool new Sharingan. Kakashi hesitates for a moment, but eventually listens to Obito. They both leave to the other part of the cemetery. Finally, Madara speaks up. Are you proud of me, Hashirama? I resolved this clan dispute. He can't help but smirk a little. I hope you are. This idiot reminds me of you. Frankly, he has more Senju character than Uchiha's, and I can't even blame it on yourselves. Ah well, there's a black sheep in every family. Hopefully, that Hatake boy will rectify him. Madara sighs and lies back in the wheelchair. He looks fondly at the tombstone. The engraving on it reads, Hashirama Senju, founder and shadow of the first Hokage of Konohagakure. I doubt I'll live to see their wedding, but it will happen, sooner or later, of their own free will, even though they don't realize it yet. To give a Sharingan to someone from outside the clan, voluntarily, can you imagine? This would have been unthinkable in our times. He pauses and smiles. But the times have changed. Thanks to you and me, we dreamed this dream together, and although I still haven't made it fully come true, it is better than when we were children. We are no longer alone. Our vision is shared by the next generation like those two. I hope you are proud of me. After some time, Obito and Kakashi return for him and take him back to the village. They completely ignore him and just talk and argue about some trifles, but that's okay. Madara is tired. It was a long day for him. As he is falling asleep in his wheelchair, He thinks that he had done everything he could for these two. The rest is up to them. Hello, my dear friends, and I hope you enjoy this one shot. This is a very sweet, a very good alternative alt AU for the thing. I like how they have a dual dictatorship. I'm not sure what it's called because I know Konoha is meant to be a military dictatorship. I'm not sure if that's accurate because I just remember seeing that around every somewhere. So I'll have to double check that maybe if I do some Naruto fix in the future. Anyway, it's really hot right now. It's so stuffy in my room, and I just want to finish this, hop in the shower, and just forget about everything. It is way too hot. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one shot. Love a good Kakashi Obito fic. And also, the author says, thank you for reading. And I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!